This is continuous coverage in the trial of Brian Walshe from the Hidden Killers podcast and True Crime Today. Now, back to the courtroom.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth will recall Harrison Schmidt.
I'm sorry, you understand you're still under oath. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yesterday we stopped an interview from January 7th at approximately 1 hour and 2 minutes and 35 seconds in. At this point in time, Your Honor, I would ask to finish that recording.
You may.
Ms. Gilman?
When was her scheduled flight back?
She was in Hawaii. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know which one. Yes, that was the understanding.
Okay. And then, working along, you said on Friday, 30th of January, she told you that, where did you get to her?
She was alluding to her was being very busy with stuff on Friday, and she was a little bit tired.
Did she book a flight earlier? Did she see the reservation? Did she book a new one?
I don't see. Here's the thing: she sent me the flight coming to Boston, but she never sent me the return flight. All I know is that she told me she had a return flight on the 3rd, but I don't know what time or what that was. I assumed everything was just the way it was, and then she moved the schedule up 2 days, which is not the first time she's done that. I mean, it is the whole thing is big. It was odd, but considering the last couple months, it wasn't so much that I was like, anyway, what's happening? Whereas, I was talking to Jem. Jem's like, well, this seems insane. And I was like, well, Jem, these are the things that I've been dealing with over the last couple of months. So it wasn't something that I would be like, well, raise my eyebrow to. I was like, all right, all I did was further confirm that, I got to get to the days that we got to work this out. It's too much stress on the whole family. And that was the main thing. I just wanted to be there all the time.
So did Anna ever tell you when the return flight was booked, but she was just pregnant?
Say again?
In other words, to tell you which flight she was booked on the 3rd.
No, but she always took the first or second flight out. And she had said she had already booked flights for January. But we were supposed to talk about that. And then she said she did say she was changing a flight, but not this flight. She was changing the flight of Martin Luther King Day. So I don't know if she did that, if she didn't, but she was talking about changing that flight. Because she was going to come in Thursday night, stay Friday, Sunday, Monday, and leave Tuesday. And maybe try to leave maybe an extra day. So she was off like 4 or 5 days. Which again was normal when you saw that take Thanksgiving, like 2 weeks for Thanksgiving, but I would stay 5 days and I'd come back, and she'd only stay for 1 day. And then she's always like, I would have more time. Too much is less and less time.
Mm-hmm. On New Year's Eve with Jeff,
was
Jem aware that she had to leave this one?
Yeah.
Did, when he does,
What I don't know. I mean, Jem, we were probably just, we just wanted to, I mean, most likely we just get enjoy the, time with Jem. And we was only here for 4.5 hours or so. And we hadn't seen him in
We're
person.
still aware that she was leaving the next day.
Yeah, I was aware that she was probably early. Again, the assumption or story going through my head was that it was just on Monday.
So she was originally planned to leave on Tuesday. You were on the assumption by her leaving early Monday.
Yeah, I have no information otherwise, but, I was definitely surprised that I got that.
Okay. So, what were the plans with on New Year's Day?
Yeah, so, it was going to be the same stuff. The only difference is that, she might have, come up with me, to see my mother possibly, or or the whole family would have done something, like my, up in Swampscott or somewhere nearby. As I said, I had time, I had to drop my mother off, so we can go see her and get her up to these, and maybe we could do some stuff. So I was excited about that.
Well, good thing you remember.
But I didn't bring it up, but she was told by whatever happened with, Echola. She likes this hanging up. This is pretty much before New Year's. And she brought it up, she did bring it up with, Jan at the time before.
You said it would be a right?
He texts on New Year's Eve saying I took a boat or something together, right?
Yeah.
What did he say?
What did I say?
She said, I'm trying to appreciate, like, give a leadership sort of answer, like, I accept, what you're saying. And then he called the, leave a message, and then I remember her saying, I'm not taking the, I'm going to listen to this. One thing she also put her phone upstairs shortly after. I think she understood it. I think he was saying that, President would see you in the holiday season, you're in town, not seeing me in person, often enough. That's not acceptable. I'm here to, support you, take care of you, whatever it is. So, it was just like this. I mean, it's not the relationship. I guess she thought that they were having. He's married for Charles, by the way, and they did not live for 10 years. So just to give you some background.
Do you know how they met?
Yeah, they worked at the Intercontinental together back in 2012.
That she went for a final favor after that?
After that, she, what's it called? Down 15, and then she, I remember putting the phone upstairs and she came back down without it.
Was, Thomas Fidel one?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Was this before, during, or after Thomas was
Oh yeah, Thomas went to bed at he went to bed when he came over at like 9 or 10 or something. I think on it went photos. Jen and I don't have any because she didn't send them to us yet. But I think she sent one to Heal Fasto. So that was when that's when the photo was taken about. So it's just maybe 10 o'clock or something like that.
You over there upstairs, she put her phone there?
Yeah, on her bedside. Yeah, or my room.
Not in the ceiling tower?
Yeah. No, yeah, not in the ceiling tiles, or on top. Yeah.
Makes sense.
But she did seem disturbed by that, which was odd. And she did bring it up. She she brought it up to me and John at the time. So, I mean, that was something not normal, but.
Yeah, downtown soft.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. You said the plan for New Year's Day was to take the kids up to.
Maybe, yeah. That was
Did you actually have a plan?
No, we didn't have a full-fledged plan at the time. But we had options and stuff, so.
When we
The nanny coming over Sunday.
No. The nanny was going to come over anyways, because I was going to go. I set everything up in advance because I was going to have to go take my mother. So going to the nanny, I didn't know what it was going to look like and what I was going to want to do and things like that. So also, if I was going to see my mother, I was going to take the kids somewhere and we can meet up later. But because I've so little time outside of the house. When I do, most of it as a family, get everything done.
You mentioned that option for years.
Yeah, because I had the time to go see my mother, so I was going to go up and we wanted to do something, with her and her family. We had those options were available to us, which, like today, they did not be, right? Because I don't have any time. No, we didn't have an argument. I was taking my surprise. I went. Got the crew guys in the bathroom. Actually came by and said I had to go to sleep. And I was like, well, hold on. She's like, I have to get up early, Brian. I have to go tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And then she said, I had to leave early. I didn't know it would be like that early. So, but I did have an argument with her for the Thanksgiving and the Christmas Eve. So I wasn't going to make the same time. I was like, okay. And then she immediately backed it up with like, hey, I'm going to come 4 or 5 days and for Martin Luther King Day because we were making a new schedule for January and February. It's just coming every week. might not, is really not good. Is that only become irrelevant for wartime. So we were working on that once you arrived Friday and Saturday.
If the kids took a phone and not out,
If the kids took her phone and hit it, how would she contact someone for a ride? She wouldn't leave the house. But let's say it had my mom out there. So sure, she would use my phone, right? But she put the list on here. I guess she downloads Uber and get it. But I know what my phone was, and we didn't have this phone at the time. So we don't let you get phones from the house.
She's using the iPad.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, she probably would be able to use the iPad to do it. I would not, but she would know. The only thing I saw was one phone, one in her laptop. That other iPad that I'm telling you about should be in the museum. She didn't have a laptop with her, but she programmed well with these.
At the John's baby school?
We were mother bought it on the. I forget when we got the phone because she had the phone and or my mother had it and she was bringing it with the watch and everything. So it probably came from there. She'd probably go on the second or something other than game on the second.
Yeah, have your phone. We sent those emails.
Yeah.
What were they?
So Zach and Daniel, my business partners have left. My wife and my mother.
How did you send those emails?
My laptop.
I asked you to go ahead and get her your voice.
No, I would never do that.
Or just going out and just walking back. Policies, etc. Has that ever escalated to a physical confrontation?
No, sir. No. My wife and I got along very, very well. Hey, the only chance we were having to work together. It's really oddly Tracy and I for months. The family doesn't work without my wife. Never hurt my wife. I mean, I love her and one of the things I think about my kids too. She's a wonderful mother on top of being a wonderful wife. And to take that away from that, I mean, can't even imagine something like that. That's you never do anything to hurt my wife. I wanted to spend the rest of my life with my wife. I'm still going to, and we were apart because of the job and my living problems.
Not leaving very early, you mean?
No, I wasn't angry. I was sad. I got angry about Thanksgiving, and then I realized it was just sad that we're not spending a lot of time together. And she was sad about it too, and it was exhausting for both of us. She was away from the boys, and I was away from the boys. But my wife and I were a pretty good team. We agreed on we agreed on I have to get to DC. Just didn't feel like we were the authors of our own lives. So I should look at them saying we have to be the authors of our lives and make this happen. For all the work that we give it.
Well, we mind reading 50 years right now.
I like a lot of people have said, hey, she's at a spa, and she was under a lot of pressure. Doesn't really track with my wife. She loved her job and she loved her family, so she was always focused on that. And maybe the country house like in Bellingham, Serbia, but I can't. I'm having a hard time with that.
Does she have any other identification?
She's got a Serbian passport or Serbian international identification cards. One was nip. I haven't seen her use them recently. Unless they're in, I don't know if the date is on them. Or the proper date.
Other than Sylvia, any other size in that which issues the visit or family or good friends?
She's a language expert. She spent time in college in France. She speaks perfect French, but she has she has a friend there. I don't know if it's still there, Julianne, but other than that would be it. And then we have DC in Boston. This is in Canada, sure. We're asking for a broader. Okay.
So you have international flights. Was she scheduled? It appeared in the newspaper. Not that I ever read the newspaper, which is why I'm asking you guys. It appeared in the newspaper that she did have reservations to go back to DC on January 3rd.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I'm just asking if that's because.
That's the difference.
Do you know what time?
That's how we get to know.
That's every morning, but yeah, always.
And if she ever changed it.
Brian Walshe, it's not canceled.
Getting the shadow between JetBlue and her over the last few months. Because when she doesn't call, she does something, they do online, an online messaging.
Oh, they should might have some JetBlue site.
Yeah, she had a chat. Yeah. So that's, so she could be doing that at the kids or something like that. But a lot of times she was talking to them and we work out and she take a break and then go back. Yeah. So sometimes, I don't know if it could be like, well, it's coming change at the counter or they can't do this. And she was always asking for, she should have done a good status, especially with the card. So I don't know what her deal was, if it's possible that, because she said when I have this, they can make changes. Counter upgrades the kind of different. So yeah, she never called them.
What about like breakfast reservation or any breakfast sign-up for the years? That's popular. Yeah.
Not that I know, but I was talking about making sack. So I don't know if she did it or not. I haven't checked. I'm looking for anything we did with a resident. I could take a look. Because last year was over the whole family. We did good. So Patty's very good at second too.
The normal is like to figure out
Yeah,
different plans for you.
right. But this year, just really things are up in the air.
So, really, a lot of time that's a house news that. What did you, with that request, was it a normal Thursday request?
Yeah. No, always perfect.
Okay.
And the request was from 3 to 9.
Pretty nice.
So they flipped the front.
No, yeah, we were never flying, but we'll go.
So she had gotten in touch with Alfred?
No, well, sort of left. No.
I mean, if she were going home on January 3rd, would she have gone out to brunch with other friends or anything?
No way. No. The only time when she was here that she saw someone without me was Ryan. And I was going to try to choose that class. That's the only. Everything else we'll do together or we come to the house. The time together is really important for us.
Those friends in the area
Here, Kirby.
that you should speak to as far as if you may have a well, she was close with the house.
Peter Kirby. They went to, the St. Leadership school together 3 years ago. And he lives with his wife and John Marshall. They've been calling to support. Jim Lulu, who was here, obviously, family friend, and obviously that's on very much. Rima, Ferrer, she was on his mentor, and they're very friends. Those would be the main ones. Right, because because we're gonna check it out.
I mean, yeah, lots of dialogue and like 40 seconds. One more questions.
I want that. Yeah. We'll get that down. And I think she sent it to me. For this kids?
You obviously have to fill in your correct statements. You want to put those into so that's great. You want to talk about some travel.
Oh.
Stopping.
Yeah, just check the Chase Freedom. That's the one that I use. Like, I don't use the Capital One has been out of commission or going into commission for 1%. Do you have access to the Chase Freedom or?
Yes. You gotta jump through like whoops.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. How much of the Chase Freedom? Oh, okay. So just,
We'll
okay.
give y'all several. We'll give y'all, we're not gonna,
That's
easier just to pick one a month.
whatever the last month's statement is, I'm not sure if it's, you know how it is, some of them start with 7
Yeah, that's the price that comes.
Yeah, so will I. But I don't think they do it. And I have,
I'm still not.
I have dealt with everything I like.
yeah.
Honest cousin,
Milan?
Linus to conservative.
Milan, yeah.
Milan, I was going to ask his name.
What was yours?
Has he ever contacted you?
No.
Um,
Yeah, I think it's investigative. So
I said there was a conflict. Yeah.
yeah, there's a terrible conflict there. If you speak to Alexander, she'll know more about it. But since I've been on basically what happened 2 generations ago in Serbia and Belgrade, on his father's mother, so his grandmother, bought a piece of land with her sister or something, and then they had kids, and there's no dispute over it because now it's worth a lot of money, and you can build a large building there. And that building, that kind of money in Serbia will change your life. I mean, it's like winning the lottery here. And then they've been fighting over it for many, many years, 20 years ago. They thought they were going to resolve it in 2017. And when things didn't work out, things went back and forth. And then just this Thanksgiving Day, the deal. So we had a deal that it took 15 years to put together. 5 years later, they couldn't perform, and we had to split.
Aside from that, and the was that business conflicts with colleagues or with this new job, so they would be upset with that.
Yeah, people ask that same question. I can't think of anyone that would be upset with I. Everyone loves her. She's wonderful. So, when all that, if you see all the texts and emails happening, like, what can you do? Whether I can't think of that. I can't think of anything like that. Honestly, that would make you pretty bad, anything like this, especially.
Whether it's your fault or not, like any issues at work that comes up that somebody would be slighted.
Not that I know. I mean, the only people I know are the people that she's working with, and actually a very good working relationship with everybody. No, I don't. It's very hard to. No, we're not a name to use for that.
Okay. What about you? Any biggest business partner, any friend partners, anybody that would be, that was here that want to try and work you in some way?
who loved a guy in LA.
Oh, but there's a civil lawsuit.
Yeah. Well,
A civil lawsuit is not the same as wanting to hurt you.
okay.
There's a civil lawsuit in California. I don't think that reads anything.
Okay, yeah, I
I
don't
understand somebody suing you.
But Anna too.
Yeah, your wife is different. Yeah.
Right, but there's an Anna as well, and then he called Anna during the thing. So I mean, that's the one. That's one person. But I don't think so either. But
The name's the
what is it? Ron
with the gallery.
But he had Ron Rifflin. Yeah, but he did call. He called Anna, and he brought her into the case.
What is the other one?
Well, he sent her threatening, Facebook text at one point. You stole from me. I know the police and the FBI are, coming to get you, things like that. But that was, 6 years ago. And other than when I was arrested, he tried to contact her via Facebook or something, 2018, but he haven't heard from him since.
What were you can you contact?
2018. I think it was just he was trying to friend her or something like that.
Like that for the criminal stuff. Yeah.
That's right when the stuff started. Yeah, but that would be someone who, so I had a different situation. So him and I mean, there's young Lee in Korea, but highly unlikely. I mean, he's something billionaire. I don't think he's
What in Korea?
his name is Young Lee.
It's never like an adult.
Yeah.
They're getting for Massachusetts and whatever.
Also,
Yeah,
younger PLS. Yeah.
I don't think anything of that would rise to that.
Yeah. Saying that on it Lee.
And besides, they would be pissed if they had died.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron is the only one that tried to bring us
Charlie is what's what was the other name?
There's the other person who Arno was the Harris. He's a art dealer.
Were they all partners in there?
No, it's all separate situation.
So why separate incidents? Like something aside from
Yeah, well, similar
They're
memory.
separate incidents. And honestly, I don't think anything about his criminal case would have anything to do with this.
I don't either, but I still.
But those are the names of the players, and Riley was the one who did that contact with my wife, and it served my wife the world.
Okay, but if people have a problem, you or your wife, like,
Right.
understand that. Some of those people think very funny. Well,
Well, definitely, France are pretty. I mean, he's the other guy's in LA, so.
anyone contacts you or so about this media or
We're
can I do like contacts?
We will give you when you get to but yeah.
What about truck was here last night? With state place? Was that illegal or
We're gonna have to what?
what time did he arrive last?
yeah, he was late. Yeah, I called you late, so he must have
And how long were you here?
died. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But my mother's saying it's 30. I was trying to.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was trying not to get out quickly. But at one point, he brought James Ryan, who was one of my tweets 10 years ago, decade, which is weird. And then I was just speaking to James, but he went over and spoke to the kids Zach, the kids from the youth. But
It's again a lot of black when I was friends. It's a year with there's a week that it's what exactly is wrong with this
yeah, so I have to explain. It's something called Lost Breakthrough Academy, and it's just a leadership training program. We formed pretty close relationships there. And we, as I said, that we raise a lot of money through our community service projects each, from Athletics Spoonful, Fortune Foundation, things like that. So we stayed connected. It was more than 3 years ago. I started this like 3 years ago. Our last rated February 3 years ago, so 2020. Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 month program, and then you get a graduation. He says that you've graduated or have a certificate of of your of work. So
Okay.
it's not accredited, to be clear.
Okay. Do you think that Dell is a member of this?
He is not, no.
He's not.
But, yeah,
Danny Crowley is.
James Ryan, no, yeah.
What is it? That's just-
A mentor from her, which is young at work, yeah.
Okay.
And a good, someone that she could sue. They, I guess they had spent time together, 4 or 5 months ago. That was long.
When's the last time I remember the chips group?
Oh, yeah, it was 3 years ago now.
Yeah, last time through.
Part of it, yeah, but we stay in touch.
Okay. All right.
But, Jen, Melissa, and Peter Kirby, all of them have gone through that training. But if you have any other questions, please ask. Anything from the pool today?
No.
Very good.
Okay. It is 15:36 for me.
Your Honor,
Yes?
could the Commonwealth request that identification D is read into the record?
Sure. So, Doris, from time to time, I will read you what are stipulations. There's simply agreements between the parties. I'll sometimes say they're facts we take to the bank. The parties' agreement. I'm going to read such a stipulation now, marked for identification as Exhibit D for ID. At 5:18 a.m. on Saturday, January 7th, 2023, Cohasset Police Detective Harrison Schmidt received an email from Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com, which stated, "We have the so-named Anna Walshe with us here. We had a deal worth $127,000. She messed up. We have her here with us, and if she doesn't pay the money, then she'll never be back. And we know that the police and the FBI are involved. Good luck finding us." Detective Schmidt received a second email from Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com, which stated, "Here is Anna Walshe. Unless she pay the money we deal, she isn't coming back. Comma. Thanks and good luck." The second email had an image of a woman who was not Anna Walshe, and using an image search, police found the image on iStockPhoto.com under, quote, "kidnapped stock photos," end quote. On January 7th, 2023, police obtained a search warrant for data associated with the account Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com. The search warrant was sent to Google, and investigators learned that the Internet Protocol address, the IP address, with the Richard Walker 9984 email account geolocated to Nigeria, and no IP addresses located in the United States were associated with the account that sent the Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com email. The Commonwealth is not alleging that Brian Walshe sent the Richard Walker 9984 at gmail.com email.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Sergeant, a couple questions about that interview. There's mention of an application Viber. Could you tell us what that is, if you know?
It's a messaging application.
And there's also mentioning of WhatsApp. Do you understand what that is?
Yes, that's also a communication app.
There was mentioning of a person named Abdullah. Do you know his name?
Yes, Dula Almatari,
And what is his relationship to Anna Walshe?
a previous coworker from the hospitality industry.
There was also mention of Peter Kirby. What is his relationship to the Walshes?
A family friend.
During the interview, a dog can be heard barking. Where was the dog located in the home?
In the crates in that sunken-in family room.
And you had the opportunity to be at the home a few times between the 4th and the 7th. What issues did you ever have with the dog?
None.
There was also mention of the pool today. What was going on at the pool that day?
During that wide-scale search, we had drained the pool to get a better look at it.
Now, after January 6th, when the Cohasset Police Department had a press conference, what happened to your voicemail and email?
I was inundated with messages and tips from the public.
Why is it that your voicemail and email were inundated?
I was the point of contact for any information, so my department email and phone were listed and disseminated to the news and social media.
And was Richard Walker email one of those things that came into you after that press conference?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Gilman, could we have what was marked yesterday as Exhibit 44? Sir, do you recognize Exhibit 44?
Yes.
And where is this in relation to the house?
If you're standing in the backyard with the house to your rear, you'd be looking at like the back right corner of the fenced-in portion of the yard. That's the shed.
What's on the other side of the fence?
Neighboring house.
Now, you and Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 47 from yesterday? Sir, do you recognize this?
Yes.
This is the what you said was the missing poster you created?
Correct.
Now, what information? Where did you get the information to create this poster?
I made this on Thursday, so I had the information from the patrol report, the NCIC missing persons form, and the information from the first interview with the defendant.
Thank you. If you could take that down, Ms. Gilman. And when you were speaking to the defendant, what did you learn as far as Anna Walsh's maiden name or prior names?
There was a previous name of Nip, K-N-I-P-P, and a maiden name of Lubitschek.
Now, after that interview on the 7th, what did you do next as far as your investigation?
We continued to reach out to friends and family, gather more background information.
And on the 8th, what did you do in the morning?
We briefed at Cohasset Police Station a plan to execute a search warrant.
And where were you going to execute the search warrant?
516 CJC Highway.
What time did you have the opportunity to execute the search warrant?
Around 9 a.m.
And so when you executed the search warrant, who was with you?
Myself, I believe Chief Quigley, the day shift for patrol, the state police detectives, crime scene. I believe that was it.
And who was at the house when you executed the search warrant?
The defendant and his children, and Diana Walsh, the mother.
And what did you do with those people in order to execute the search warrant?
We had reached out to Attorney Minor, and she came to the scene, and they all left with Attorney Minor.
Now, did you ever have the opportunity to speak to Mr. Walsh again on January 8th of 2023?
Yes.
Where did that conversation take place?
Attorney Minor's residence in Situate.
And who was present for that conversation?
Attorney Minor, myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, the defendant, and his children were in the other room.
And have you had the opportunity to review a recording of that?
Yes.
And does that fairly and accurately depict the defendant's statements in that interview?
Yes.
Your Honor, Commonwealth will seek to have this marked as the next exhibit, which today I believe is 62.
Any additional objections beyond the ones I previously heard?
No, Your Honor.
The 1/8/23 audio will be marked and is now in evidence as Exhibit 62. And for the record, for those of you keeping track over there, the jump is as a result of the following. The parties agreed to, and after woman, I had statements that counsel now will indicate to you on the record that certain financial records the parties agreed to have been admitted into evidence. and those records are now as evidence as exhibits 56, 61. They comprise records from Apple Credit Union, Barclays JetBlue Credit Card, Either Bank, JP Morgan Chase, Liberty Bank, Bay Credit Union, and Fidelity records.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, with court's permission, may the Commonwealth play Exhibit 62.
You may.
Great. Thank you. Ms. Gilman?
11:13 on Sunday. My name's Harrison Schmidt. I'm the class at police.
Trooper Michael Proctor, Buffalo County DA's office.
David Trooper from his office.
Tracy Meyer, Jennifer Daniel.
So we're here at I think 244 Cannock Road in Situate. Did you see the town? Yep. Okay. Let's see. So, yes, the last time we spoke was yesterday, and I think we asked you to give us a good talk about where you are when you left your house on the first. Any progress that you've gone up to visit your mom? Went out, ran 2 errands for Whole Foods, CVS, and well, thank you, ma'am. You told us that the Whole Foods was across from the house, and your mom was at Paradise Lane, CVS is advanced. Where in the CVS advanced one?
Well, sorry, I didn't want to know. I'm also on the, I'm not just you,
Both roads are advanced.
like Kathmandu, Washington.
Definitely. And what did you purchase this?
Probably the alcoholic points or the fuel points, whatever it's called, but it's the other.
Okay, and then that's it payment.
So,
And the time that you would have been there.
7.
About 10 p.m. Okay.
I was looking for, children.
Okay.
Because,
Well, we know that you got back to Plaza at by date.
after left for yes. What I think so.
That's not an exact size, but like a general.
That was made before, so most likely, it was, gets dark out, so like,
Was it dark when you got there?
yes.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 6:30.
I don't.
So,
I'm pretty good with answers to
did you go anywhere else other than that? Yes, again.
what was the old place then? And the whole group.
And you went there,
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's why I've been going to World Meeting. Anytime I go over another SC, get that's all for the kids.
the only place you went more is. Yes. On the second. Sure. Yes. Okay. Thank you for getting that together for me. Okay. So obviously there's a lot of electronic devices in your house. And kind of have to be sent to the downloading several of them. One of them being the iPad mini that's Thomas's. You said to it? Is that it? Now on the previously you told us that Tommy Schmidt got up under your spending time to the Jeff and Anna, and then he's going to bed, right? And that's what we're trying to very good, correct?
A photo that was sent by the video that works next time.
Did you use any other devices in the house?
I don't use my phone, and I don't use a phone against
I'm there, but I think it's the
gold laptop.
gold glass up. Is that an Apple or?
Everything I haven't set it as computer was not Apple.
So we have to download the iPad mini, and you've been good, consistent in your sort of your phone in the morning. So that Anna Get it this 6:30 in the morning.
That's good.
So, how do you explain at 4:54 in the morning? You gotta call me for 2 days, 30 and then 20 best ways to dispose of the body.
It was 54. That's what I thought. I found it, yeah.
As long as you sleep.
Well, Thomas is in his room. Get the iPad, or Thomas is using it. I mean, I use an iPad, so that's good here.
It's 6, right?
Yeah. But he does not have that.
Is he average volumes for a 6-year-old?
Oh, like, it sounds like Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, but 6-year-olds typically are not a 4-year-old. I know I can't spell his last name.
No,
I guess the box is way more advanced. If you have a 6-year-old, you know, diagnosis is
Oh, obviously not.
okay. There is dozens of searches. And I had on the morning of the first that asked how to dispose of the body, how to get blood out of hardwood floors, how to dispose of the body in the trash, how to stop the body from decomposing, and how do you explain that?
I'm somewhere down here.
So you're not using that as that?
Nothing else now. I mean, only till day for his scrutinies.
Okay. I left at 6, right?
That's what I read, yeah.
So throughout the afternoon on the first, when I'm at young, the device continues to query how to get blood stains, blood removed, there's the dishwasher removed once on a knife, so on and so forth.
These coins continue on during second, third, which, number of body.
It is 11:21. Still January 8th, 2023.
Sergeant, after that interview was over, what did you do?
We went back to the Cohasset Police Station.
If you could keep your voice up, sir.
We went back to the Cohasset Police Station.
And did you ever have the opportunity to see Mr. Walsh again that day?
Yes,
About what time?
about 4 p.m.
And where was that?
at Attorney Minor's residence in Situate.
And what did you do with him at that point in time?
I placed the defendant under arrest.
Now, where was the defendant taken after you placed him under arrest?
The Cohasset Police Station.
And did you ever have the opportunity to see his hands on January 8th and January 9th?
Yes.
The Commonwealth would seek to publish what's been marked as Exhibit 48, which is file number 7697.
That's one of the previously admitted exhibits from yesterday morning, yes?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You may publish it.
Sergeant, what is this?
That is a picture of the defendant's thumb.
And if the Commonwealth could publish Exhibit 49, which is file number 7701, also previously marked from yesterday, Your Honor. And Sergeant, what is this?
That is the picture of the defendant's thumb, and you can see the blue tile from the booking room floor in the background.
Ms. Kilman, if you could take that down. Now, Sergeant, what did you do on January 9th in this matter?
I went to 300 Forest Street in Peabody
And about what time did you get to 300 Forest Street in Peabody?
around dusk.
And why were you there?
We had collected 2 dumpsters from the apartment complex at 330 Paradise Road. Those were transported to a transfer, like a trash transfer station in Peabody for examination.
And so what were you doing? Well, so when you got to Peabody, about what time was it?
I was right around the beginning of dark.
And who was there?
Myself, Detective Lieutenant Lopes, Lieutenant Tully, members of the CERT team, and other troopers.
And Lieutenant Tully, he's with the state police, and opposed to Detective Lieutenant Lopes with Cohasset.
Correct.
Okay. And so what were these state troopers doing Not Lieutenant Tully, but the other ones you just mentioned.
It's a big warehouse with trash lining on the walls. We had dumped the contents of the dumpsters in the warehouse, and we began searching the bags, bag by bag.
And why were you and so what would you do with the bags when you searched them bag by bag?
The contents of the bags were opened. It was spread out on the ground. We'd look at the contents, see if it was important. If it was, those were moved to like a tarp or plastic or paper sheeting where they could be documented, photographed, collected as evidence.
If the Commonwealth could publish Exhibit 50 from yesterday, Your Honor, which would be file number HAS 7025.
You may.
More continuous coverage in the trial of Brian Walshe from the Hidden Killers podcast and True Crime Today is coming up. Press subscribe now so you don't miss a moment.